So in no way am I a customizer, but I went ahead with this Cobra Commander, and I wish I would have had this thought originally, so you might be able to tell the differences, but this is kind of for those of you that or maybe like me and want your Cobra Commander to be able to sit and be a little bit different. What I originally was going to do is I was going to cut this flap off and this flap off, but then I thought after I had already cut this one, so we'll see if we can zoom in for you. You can see that there's a little bit of, damage and everything there. So I tried to super glue it back together, but the thought was, since this is where his jacket's supposed to be opening, if you go ahead and cut a slit right there, then when he sits, it will just look like his jacket's opening. So a little bit more realistic there. So I'll go ahead and show you what that looks like. So this is what it looks like now with the slit. It allows him to sit a little bit better. I think since I've already pretty much ruined this one in my opinion, I'm going to go ahead and probably just cut this all off and see what that looks like without it. I'm not 100% sure, but it does allow him to sit a lot better. And like I was saying, it just looks like this part of his jacket is open, and this is actually what would happen if you were sitting down in one of these type of jackets. So definitely pretty happy with it. It's a little bit better than it comes in the package. So, and again, not a customizer, but I went ahead and did a paint application because I had some other paint that I was using for something else, and I wanted to go ahead and see what it would look like. So on this side is the Cobra Commander as it comes in the package, and then this one on this side is the one that I went ahead and used some chrome paint and painted it so it's a little bit shinier than the gun kind of metal that the other Cobra Commander has. And I think the prototype looks a little bit more white, and if I'm not mistaken, maybe the cartoon also has it where it's a little bit white or a little maybe chrome, so this makes it a little bit more cartoon accurate. So with the new paint application, which I still want to go over a few more times with layers, because when you get this Cobra Commander, you'll see that your Cobra Commander will probably have a dent right here. At least all the ones that I've seen so far have that, and then sometimes down on the mask it will have a dent too. So by painting it chrome, putting a few more layers on it, it will probably get rid of that one. Plus, I'm not sure if it will show up, but there's also a little dent up here on this one as well. So go ahead and a few more layers and it should smooth it out. But those were my little thoughts that I wanted to do, and then here's one more. The blues on the different Cobra Commander parts don't really match probably that well, but I wanted to go ahead and do this when you have the Resolute single pack Cobra Commander or one of the Cobra Commanders from one of the multi-packs. You can do this, so I wanted to show that. I think it really shows the evolution of the character. We can really say that Cobra Commander eventually, had the half mask, and then he got the full mask, and then eventually he had to go into a complete helmet and mask. Here's a closer look at the DPC that I made. We came up with that name because DPC usually stands for a different parts custom, and we came up with that instead of LBC, which usually stands for Lazy Bastard Custom. So normally DPC stands for different parts custom. This time it's kind of a different parts custom, but also a different paint custom, because we went ahead and painted the helmet there, or the faceplate, silver with that paint that I was talking about. And then we've got the Resolute Cobra Commander's helmet on there. Here's the other part of the DPC where I went ahead and cut up. Could cut a little bit more probably, so that way it looks like the jacket's open. And I wish I would have had this thought like I was saying, but Fortunately, I had this thought afterwards, but if anyone wants to do this or hasn't thought of this, that's a great place to put it because it looks like the jacket's open on that end, but on this side is where I accidentally first did it, so there is a line of damage right here or right here, I think. I think this one's supposed to be there, but this one isn't supposed to be there. And then I gotta do something about this because I think there's still some super glue residue, but maybe over time it will start to rub off. Here's a look at the paint that I did on the helmet. So if you're watching this, hopefully you've already seen Renegades the cartoon, and in the cartoon, Cobra Commander has a sidekick or a helper called Serpentor. And this Renegade's figure of Cobra Commander comes with a snake that you can say is Serpentor, but right here he's a little bit different than he appears in the cartoon. And I was able to find an item, but I wish it was a boxed item as well, but unfortunately because of how expensive it was at the time, I wasn't able to, I don't believe, get a boxed one as well as one to open. So in 2007, we got a spin-off, in my opinion, of Sigma 6, and they went into the adventure team, and they were using still Snake Eyes though, and in the pack that I'm talking about, it's called the G.I. Joe Adventure Team Snake Eyes Pyramid of Peril. So for me, since I do have this as part of my collection, this is my Serpentor. In the Snake Eyes Adventure Team pack, it was still rather large for the figure of Snake Eyes that it came with, but I think right here, with the size of this Cobra Commander, I think this Cobra right here really gives off a pretty good scale for Serpentor. So if you're able to find this loose, or you happen to have this in your collection, you might enjoy putting this next to your Renegades Cobra Commander. I hope you've enjoyed my take on Renegades Cobra Commander. And as always, I thank you for rating, commenting, subscribing, but above all, thank you for allowing me to show that there's more to this collector than just playing with toys. Bye. We'll see you next time.